Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Star, and in the interests of full disclosure, um, there was an incident. Actually, there were a few incidents where creepers decided it might be fun to blow up right next to me, leaving big holes in my world and almost destroying my farmhouse. So I'm not a big fan of using cheats, but I decided that drastic action was required, so I took up mob griefing. It means that creepers can blow me up, but not my buildings. So I spent the past 8 hours building um, this. Wait, I need to look up. Yeah, building that. Um, but when I went to edit the footage, it turned out that my video software got confused and deleted the audio file. The file itself was too long, and now I've got to go and rebuild that for the video that I did for you guys. But I don't want to start with that one because it took me 8 hours and I don't want to take it down again. So welcome to my new creative test world. This isn't my first. I've always had one of these, but with the new videos and new content, I said a new one was better than it has absolutely nothing in it except the chest. Now, I've had very little luck when it comes to villagers, and that structure is actually a villager breeder. Um, so to make it, I'm actually going to be using my own tutorial or a tutorial, and I've had permission from the creator to do this in my world. Um, so although my world might seem very similar, or my video might seem very similar to his, I can only apologise. The reason for that is I think it's a lot easier to do it in survival. After all, it took in creative. Sorry, after all, it took um, 8 hours to do it in survival, running back and forth with water and smelting glass. So we're going to need some materials, and these are the materials that we're going to use. We need 8 beds, 4 um, uh, workstations, and one must be a composter. The other ones can be whatever you want. You can have 3 the same, or I'll have all 4 the same. It's up to you. I just took the first 4 that came, and they were all different. I'll need 3 signs, some vegetables, carrots and potatoes, and some water. And the main building blocks are trapdoors, slabs, planks, and definitely dirt. Well, actually, we can use any a main block, but we definitely need the other 3: the slabs, the trapdoors, and the dirt. So if I just take all the building materials out of this chest. Now I built my breeder high, so I'm going to do the same thing. It has to be far away from um, wherever you're going to store your villagers and from your village itself. Otherwise it won't really work as well. So we're going to build up a little bit. I'm not going to go too high because I don't need to. We're not going that far. We're not delivering anywhere. And we need a platform up here. So first of all, I'm going to put some blocks on the top of these platform, and one there, and then we're going to build up another level. Hop up here and it's going to be 9 by 9, so we need another 3 out here. So 1, 2, and 3. We come over here. Why am I crouching? Forgot I could fly in creative. I don't use it very often. Right, we can take these out. And for this cross up, and these two as well, that one. That one's done, and the last one. Right, next we've got to fill out this space, so it's a big square. Shouldn't take too long, especially in creative mode. It's half done, and this corner here. And the last corner. Here we go. Next, we're going to put some water into the hole that we've made. Drop it down there and take out that one there. And we'll come down underneath and take out this column because we don't need that anymore. We come back up the top and we put in a trap door. And there's my trap door. Oh, there it is. It's opened up. Okay. We'll squeeze that in here. Get rid of the water. Take that one out. And then come back up the top and we put a slab on the top of this hole, so the water's still there but the villagers don't fall in. Next we're going to need to put a platform on the outside, and it's not a big one, just 2 wide, and go all the way along. I'm using wood because it's pretty, and we do the same on this side, and we're only doing 2 sides, we're not doing all 4. And a wall that's too high from the top, and we're going to do that all the way along, or all the way around. And I'm using cobblestone because that's what I used in my world. It doesn't matter what you use, but I want to see mine. It's going to be an interior wall anyway. But yeah, you can use any, whatever you prefer if you want to keep it outside. This is just to keep the villagers in that little area. And the last blocks. Right, now we're going to need some workstations. And like I say, any one, doesn't really matter. Don't need these just now. We come to the middle, and I'm going to use the classic chess move of the knight. 1, 2, and across. And we're going to do that with all 4 of the workstations. I still keep calling them workbenches for some reason. And that one there. Take off some full blocks and stick them on top. This has 2 reasons. One, it stops the villagers jumping up and jumping back down and destroying the crops, and it stops them from falling into the cauldron. Sorry, I was distracted. We need a hole here as well. We'll do the same on the other side anyway, so we'll get a proper look, and we get the 3 wide, put in trapdoors and open them up. Right, now we're going to put some bedding. The creator of this informed me that you only need 6, but he prefers to do 8 for the cemetery, and I kind of agree with him. So I'm going to do exactly the same as he did. and do the same on the other side. And one there, and one there. And now we're going to cover this hole up. I'm going to put the column of 2 and take some slabs, and we put it on the bottom half of the top slab and cover the hole up. So we need 3 along there, and we do the same on the other side. As always, there's with slabs, 1, 2, and there's 3. And that means that the baby villagers will fall into the hole, but the adults won't. Take these out, and take these out. Right. So now we're actually going to go underneath, and I'm going to use glass. I used glass in my own world because I wanted to see when the villagers arrived. That way I would know when one was due. So we don't need these lot anymore. Take our block, and again it doesn't need to be glass, but I'm using glass. Come 2 down all the way around the hole, or 3/4 of the way around the hole, and that one as well. And then we're going to bring it out a little bit to almost the centre, and here we need one more, front and back. Right, one to the hole, and do the same on this side. And again, just do one away from the hole, and fill the back and the side. I don't need that. Let's take it out. Okay, continue on, and that's that bit done. Nope, back up, back up. Yeah, I think I should change the time. I didn't even realise it was dark, and you guys can't see what I'm doing, so let's make it day. Right, and we fill up this hole here, and come one down, and we're going to make a floor here. And we're going to bring this right to this one here. Make sure it's in the right spot. Looks like, yeah. And fill up the rest of the floor. And do the same on the other side. And these 3, and the last 3 here. Then we come one down, and we've got to build a little channel. Right, now we need some signage. Take our 3 signs, and we've got them on this panel here. The first one goes there, the second one goes on that sign itself, and the third one goes on that sign. And now it's time to add some more water. If we put the water in the very back corner on all 3 of these, and on both sides, and did I get them all? Just make sure. Right, and come to the end, and one has to go in this square here as well. And I forgot to fill that in, so let's want to fill that in now. Line the fly all the way along to the end. Yeah. And I managed to get right to the end, so I'm going to need more water. This can be any length you want, as long as it's no more than 8, otherwise it just won't work. If you use 8, then it means you need a water source for every level. If you do less than 8, you only need one source at the top. So we're going to fill up this, so it's going to be too high all the way along. and then we'll come underneath, that there, yeah, and we'll do one more out, and one for these two as well, one there, and one there, yep, one. And we'll bring this out as well. I'm not going to go too far along, because there's no reason to do it. You can make this as long as you want, but your village does have to be far away from this. I think somebody was saying 80 to 100 blocks. So we'll put in a water source, and it pops off the end. Good. I'll do another one because I've made that little error. Put that there. Make a mess. Yeah, so I fix this up. One there, one there, there. I'll do that later. I'll fix that in a sec, and I'll bring this back up to 2 levels. It's 2 levels so your villagers, your baby villagers can fit in without jumping out. They won't be jumping out anyway. And then I'm going to fix this bit of, over here. Which parts do I need to fix? Take that out. Make things worse. Yay. Yeah, I've got all these on the bottom. Yes, I'm sure you won't make this mistake. This is why you put water in last. Finish it up. And that should be it fixed. Yes, yes, yes. Let's take this out. And that one. No, not that one. That back. Take that one out. Take that one out. I'm just going to come up with a tiny little bit more. That should be fine. Yeah. Okay. Now we need this to be covered up. So I'm going to delete my slabs. Get them back. Slabs. We put these slabs on top. I tend to cover almost every building in slabs, depending on the. I use various things. You can use slabs, use carpets, use stairs, anything monsters can't spawn on top of, and that should be in glass. Put that. Now I'm confused. Put that. Yeah. Okay. And we got to do this all the way along the pipeline. Monsters can't spawn on that top middle one, but it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Right. Now we kind of need to till the land, so we're going to get a hole, and yeah, I was tempted to use a diamond hole. What happens here is you plant the crops grow. The farmer, who will be there because of the composter, will harvest them, and he will start feeding the other 3, meaning that they'll start breeding. And that's when that's when magic happens. Now, next, I think it's time to plant some vegetables. And like I said, we're using carrots and potatoes because they're the most common ones. The villagers seem to like them. So I'm just going to use half carrots, half potatoes. I think it might be easier to just use all of one vegetable. I'm not sure how that works yet. I'm just using both as demonstration. So I'll just do half potatoes and then switch to carrots and finish up with these ones. And they shouldn't take too long. Don't forget these 4 and that one. Right, now the way this spawn up is spawnable, so monsters can spawn up here. So what we're going to do, I forgot to mention we should have a lantern. We get a lantern in the middle of the beds so there's light in here, and do the same on both sides. And now it's time to get some villagers. Now you can get the villagers up here in any fashion you want. You can either use boats or rails depending on your height, or I'm just using spawn eggs. I was going to have my big one showing where all my villagers came from, but it made the video crash every time I tried to speed up. So yeah, I think it's time to get some villagers in. Now we need 4 in total, but you can start with 2. Just close off the trapdoors and they'll all go to bed. Good night. Now we've got to cover them up, and we're just going to use a normal block. Again, I'm using a cobblestone. The reason we do this is so that the villagers don't get zapped by lightning and turn into witches. That's too far. And we're just covering up the hole all the way around. And that one. Yep, this is the time consuming part. Yep, I'm stuck. So I'm stuck again. Why can't I build? Oh, my feet are in the way. Let's do the same over here. Not that one. And down here. And do the same thing again. So we'll just fill up these last 3 rows. And that's done. And I'm going to switch over to slabs again to cover this over. As always, the slabs means that the monsters don't spawn on top of the building. And I used the polished diorite slab in my world, so I'm using it here. And this has an added advantage of, well, babies always can fit through that gap, so we don't want them. And you can stop monsters coming up here for in a number of ways. You can either use light or you can just use the slabs. Slabs are way more reliable for doing that than light. So we'll go all the way around and then we're going to hop up here and do the same thing up on the roof. And I'm just going to cover the whole thing in slabs. And I've always hated doing roofs. Right, so that's it finished. What happens is the villagers wake up, they'll harvest the crops, they'll have babies. The babies will fall down the hole, fall into the water, and they'll be taken over to any of the storage facilities that you decide to have. How you get the villagers from the storage up to your village or wherever you want to put them, that's up to you. So that brings us back to this monstrosity. Now this is a temporary building. It's directly underneath the villager spawner. This is the Star Dating Agency. The names could be changed. The dating agency itself was designed by Wattles. So I've got Wattles' head in my inventory. And I'm going to come underneath. I've not used Torch for a while, ever since that update. Put his head on an ampersand. So you got this little statue. Now, what I would like to happen would be for Wattles to see this video. And then he could decide what he wants his house to be made out of. The materials that I use, any special requests, if he can come up with a way of describing how he wants it designed. I'll see what I can do about it. Now I've got one more minor task to check up on. I'm not going to walk all the way over there. I'll just cut the video and we'll see when we get there. I'm sure you've noticed by now, quickly, that I start to make a map. Whenever I build something new, I will update this. If we bring down this, we've got the top left hand corner, there's a smiley face, and that is Wattles' dating agency. So we'll stick that back up there. So there we go. The next major plan is either easy access iron or wool. I need the wool for my secret project, which needs 638 glowstone blocks and lots of wool. If you like what you've seen, leave a like on the video. Feel free to comment, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And if Wattle wants to tell me what he wants for his house, I'll get it done as soon as possible. So this is me signing out, and I'll see you next time.